Yo, what's up guys? This is going to be my first video on YouTube. In order to get this started, I just kind of wanted to do an introduction, kind of like a mini question and answer type ordeal. And I'll go through the different questions and kind of answer them, just give a little bit of information about myself. That way you guys can all kind of get to know me. Now what I'm wanting to do with this channel, just to kind of give a little explanation, I'm wanting to kind of do a little bit of everything, but we'll kind of see what happens. I'm really into music, video games, fashion, sneakers, just about everything, and I think it'll be really exciting to start doing that. We'll go ahead and get this started, and I'm gonna be answering, so just kind of bear with me while I'll read the question off and then answer it for you. So the first one is, what is your name and where are you from? Just basic explanation. My name is Chris. I'm originally from I was born in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, lived in Charlotte, North Carolina for a little bit, and I'm back in South Carolina for the time being. Probably not going to be my permanent residence forever, because it's not a place that I particularly enjoy, and I've been here for just so long that I really want to move somewhere else eventually. We'll see what happens with that, but yeah, for right now I'm living in South Carolina. Okay. So the next question is, what do you do or going to be doing on this channel? Which I already kind of answered the what am I going to be doing on this channel portion. So I won't really do anything with that. Again, just like video games, music, fashion, maybe even some of my own music. I'd really like to get that up on here, but again, we'll kind of see what happens from there. And currently I work at a call center. The call center's name is Sitel. I work for USAA Insurance. I am an insurance adjuster. It's super fucking boring, but it pays well, and it's basically funded me being able to get this camera, buying a new car about a year ago because I really needed one. And all that. So now I'm hoping to branch off, and I also I do go to school currently, but I'll explain that. There's another question about that a little bit later, so I'll explain that from there. The next one is, what is your favorite kind of music? Now, as far as music is concerned, I like just about everything. I listen anywhere from 60s classic, 30s, 40s jazz. My favorite kind of music is probably like hip hop and rock. Honestly, those are my two favorite kind. I have a lot of different interests when it comes to music. I was in a band throughout high school and a little bit after. Played guitar for a while. Did mostly a lot of like singing. That's what I enjoy, but I've kind of moved as far as my own music into more hip hop, in that kind of realm. And there's a few other questions about that as well, so I'll go over that with the next few questions. The next one is, what is your favorite kind of game? And that would be like video game, I'm guessing. But as far as the video game is concerned, my favorite type would probably be role-playing game. Those have always been my favorite. The Final Fantasy series, the Fire Emblem series, the Earthbound series, just stuff like that I love. But that doesn't limit. I mean, I love platformers. I've played MMORPGs a good bit. I've never really played the MOBA style. I've played first-person shooters, third-person shooters, shoot-'em-ups. All that kind of stuff. So I'm not super picky or like strict on one type of game, but I do tend to enjoy role-playing games and stuff of that nature more than others, just personally. And so the next one is, what is your favorite game? So this is a tricky one just for the simple fact that I do have a lot of different favorite games in a different series. I'll try to say a few of them, and I kind of already did. The Earthbound series is probably one of my favorite that I've ever played, just in terms of story and content. But I also really, really love the Fire Emblem series. I have played most of the old ones. I haven't beaten most of the old ones, but I've beaten basically starting. I did beat the Game Boy Advance Fire Emblem. I didn't beat Sacred Stones. I beat Awakening. I beat Conquest. And then I have not played Echoes yet, but I plan to. And I didn't play Shadow Dragon on the DS, and that is something I plan to do in the future because I really do want to play it and see what it's like. So yeah, and then like as far as like platforming games, like the Castlevania series, I really enjoy, like Rondo of Blood and I have a big thing with the TurboGrafx. I love the TurboGrafx. It's like one of my favorite systems, if not my favorite system. And then also like Symphony of the Night. Those are two of my favorite games. As far as like shoot 'em ups, Contra, I love the Contra series. And then as far as the first person shooter, really, I haven't played a first person shooter in a while. I really want to try Overwatch, but like the Call of Duty series has always been my favorite when it comes to first person shooters. I did not ever really play the Battlefield games. I know that's probably awful and people, go absolutely insane over the Battlefield games. And I know this because I used to work at a video game store. Before my current job, I was a manager there for like 3 years. So I know a lot about games, and we were a retro game store, so we did everything from like Atari 2600 all the way up through modern day. So I have an extensive knowledge of a lot of games. But yeah, that's about it for that. The next question is, do you have a favorite musician? I have a few favorite musicians, and I'll kind of go over a few of them. They're from a few different genres. There is one about favorite bands, so I may not list. No, I will. So if they're in even if they're in a band, but they're a specific musician, I'll still list them and explain why. So one of my favorite musicians currently, and maybe this is a little cliche, but I absolutely love Kendrick Lamar. Like, Kendrick Lamar is on point with everything. Like, I absolutely love his music, everything he stands for, everything he does. I think he's just an incredibly talented artist. Him and J. Cole, I do love J. Cole as well. I think they're absolutely fantastic. I also really enjoy, as far as going back to like the underground scene, I've always been a really big Idea and Atmosphere fan. Like the Rhymesayers crew, absolutely love Idea, absolutely love Slug. I've listened to basically every single song they've ever produced, except for some of the like Sad Clown mixtapes from Atmosphere, just because I can't find them most of the time. But still absolutely love them and everything that they do. Idea has passed away, so rest in peace. It was quite a few years now, so he's not making new stuff, but Atmosphere still keep up with him, still absolutely love it. And yeah, so that's that. As far as like old school classic hip hop, Black Star, and then also weirdly enough another star, Binary Star, which is it's super underground, but absolutely love them. Black Star, Mos Def, Talib Kweli, like two of my favorite artists. Yasin Bey is no longer really doing much music anymore, but still great artists. And I love all the classics: Tupac, Biggie, Doom, which isn't really like super old school, but still, you know, always good, and just, yeah. And the next one is, oh, and then also actually I meant to add, so with the as far as like other musicians are concerned outside of hip hop, I've always been a big like Kurt Cobain fan, but he's with Nirvana. So again, when I go over my bands, I'll kind of explain more the rock side of things. So that's where, you know, I'll draw the line there. So yeah, I'll do that there. And the next one is, how old are you? So I am 22 currently. Not much to that one. So yeah, 22. And so, okay, so the next one after that is, are you into fashion? Yes, I am absolutely into fashion. Have always been into fashion without really knowing what being into fashion was, even like as like, you know, a kid in like middle school, high school. Was always absolutely in love with like skater fashion back then. I skated for many years. You know, was always trying. I couldn't really afford it, and I lived with my mom. It was just me, her. She was a single parent, so she couldn't really afford it a lot of times. But we still, you know, I was still able to get stuff from here and there, like on Christmases and birthdays and stuff. As far as that's concerned, but I also got a lot of thrift store stuff as well. So yeah, that, you know, that's where I got a lot of my clothes and, you know, picked out a lot of my fashion. But as far as like my current fashions, now that I do have some money and able to, you know, spend some here and there, I absolutely love like Pink Dolphin, a lot of the streetwear brands. I love Bape. I wish I have like 1 or 2 Bape hoodies that I got for a good deal. I wish I could get more Bape, because I think the camo, just everything is awesome. And then also like Diamond Supply, which, I mean, everybody wears Diamond Supply for the most part, you know, unless you're like super, you know, rich and can afford some of the higher end streetwear stuff. But yeah, I spend more money on shoes as far as money than I do on clothes, but I still am, you know, really into fashion overall. And then as far as like, I love Guess. Like, Guess shit is just my shit. And so the next one is, are you a sneakerhead? And I'll just preface it with this. Am I a sneakerhead? You tell me. This is my sneaker collection. I know it's not a whole lot, but I do have some Yeezys, a few different NMDs. I have the Kendrick Lamar, the Ventilators that he released. It was like the very first release he did with Reebok. I do have the Pirate Black Yeezys. I don't have the original box. I do have the 350 Moon Rocks. I do have the original box on that one. And then I have the 350 V2, the Beluga, and I do not have the original box with that one. And then I have a few Jordans and stuff like that. But yeah, and also here's a few of my video game collection. It's not very big right now because I did go through a phase where I needed some money for my new car, so I sold a lot of it. But there's still a good bit here. Anyway, guys, on to the next question. Name some of your favorite bands. So this is what I talked about before. As far as bands are concerned, I have a lot of favorite bands. The first and foremost, Nirvana. I've always loved Nirvana. Huge Nirvana fan back in the day. Just really the grunge music in general. My mom like turned me on to like Mother Love Bone and the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and, you know, a lot of like the late 80s, early 90s musics, and then also like punk music. Like, I've always loved punk, like Black Flag, Angry Samoans, The Misfits, just all those guys. I love classic rock. I love the Beatles, absolutely love the Beatles. I love Pink Floyd. I love Led Zeppelin. I wish I listened to them more at this point, but it's just like I don't have much time to listen to as much of that in general because I've been making my own music. So mostly, like, since I'm doing more hip hop stuff, I get more inspiration from like jazz and stuff like that at this point, and then also just hip hop in general. So it's kind of hard for me to listen to more of the classic rock, but I still do, I'd say, at least a few times a week. Okay, so the next question is, what is the last video game you played? So the last video game I played was just a few days ago. I started Undertale. I know everybody like flips out about Undertale, and I've heard really great things. I've heard it's, I watched the Game Theory one about its link to the Mother/Earthbound series. So like once I saw that, I was like, I have to get it. And I got the collector's edition. Thought it was absolutely awesome, and actually I'll get that real quick and show you guys. Not gonna make this an unboxing. I'll probably do that at a later date, but this is the new Undertale PS Vita release with the gold locket necklace. That is also a music box type ordeal, and it is freaking awesome. So I've been playing this. I'm really enjoying it. I know there's a lot of things that I know there's like a whole bunch of endings I have to play it through like more than once. Right now I'm just playing it blind, kind of seeing as it goes, and yeah, so that's how that works. And let's see, and I'll also, actually, just to add to that, I started playing World of Warcraft again after like 5 years, and it's like totally different. I don't have time to really play it as like a full-time thing because I've been doing other stuff, so like no rating or anything like that, except for like here and there, but it's changed a lot, I'll say that. The next one, are you currently in school? So that is, like I also said earlier, I'd answer this one. I am in school currently. I don't know if I'm going to finish. I know that sounds awful, but I absolutely am not a fan of how they handle, at least where I go to school. Like if I do move, I might go to school where I moved to, which I'm thinking about like Atlanta, Georgia, because that's like the closest like big mecca city for me. But as it stands right now, I'm just kind of going through school and seeing what happens. It's nothing permanent. The next one, what do you do in your free time? So that's another kind of difficult one. I have free time at this point, here and there. I'm not working as much as I used to because I am going to school as well. But as far as what I do in my free time, I mean, I've kind of said it, play video games, make music. I'm doing this now. I'm really excited about starting to do this. Like, I really have always loved YouTube. I've been watching YouTube since I was a kid, and like it's just been something I've always been like, this looks great, and I really want to do it. So yeah, that's basically what I do. And the next question, are you in a relationship, and if so, how long? I am currently technically in a relationship. It is a little bit complicated. We've been together for 3 years, so it's complicated though. We don't really see each other as much anymore because of some different circumstances that I won't really go into. I don't know, what's gonna happen with it, but yes, I am currently in a relationship, and like I said, it's been for 3 years, so pretty long time for me. The next one, do you have a weird habit? And then the one after that's, do you have a nervous habit? So I'm just kind of answer this one together. I do have a nervous habit. My nervous habit is kind of like, like mess with my hair and like kind of like scratch my head. I know it's really weird, but it's just something I do when I have like anxiety or if I'm nervous or anything like that. Just kind of like, you know, do this thing right here. So yeah, that's my weirdest habit. And then I do shake my leg occasionally, but I've tried to stop that because of how incredibly annoying it is. It is annoying to me when I do it, so I'm just like, I've got to stop. So I don't do that as much anymore. I used to be really bad about that, but yeah, so I try not to do that anymore. But and then the second to last one is, what is a fashion trend you thought was cool that you no longer do think is cool, basically? So, I mean, way back when I wore the Trip pants from like Hot Topic with all the chains and the black, and they were baggy. I used to wear that stuff, and man, like looking back, I'm just like, damn, like what the hell was I thinking? Like, it was cool, don't get me wrong, and I still think, I mean, the chains are cool, like on like skinny jeans occasionally, but like the super baggy ones, like that shit was whack. And no offense if you still wear that stuff, just to me, I think it's whack now. Like, it's not something I still wear, but it's just something I thought was so cool. And you know, I guess I do still think it's cool to an extent. It's just something I would never wear. And also, I mean, just baggy pants in general. Like, I mean, when I was a kid growing up, middle school, like baggy pants was the shit. This was like the early to mid 2000s, so you know, that was the thing. Skinny jeans, you know, closer to like my 8th grade year, started becoming more popular. That's when I started wearing skinny jeans and more like tighter fitting clothes. But yeah, that's kind of that. And so for the last question is, do you have any phobias? Not many, but I do have one, and I don't know why I have this phobia, because I've never really had a bad experience with this thing. It's just like, they freak me out, and that's spiders. Like, spiders, for some reason, and I don't know why, they just creep me the fuck out. And whenever I see them, I try not to kill them if they're like near a passageway outside, but if they're inside, and like I've had them crawling, damn phone, if I have them crawling on me like at night, because I have had that happen, like I will kill them. Like if they're, you know, anywhere near me and I don't have a way to get them out, I will kill them. But yeah, and other than that, that's my only big phobia. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for my first video. Tomorrow, hopefully we'll do something a little bit different. I'm gonna try to upload one tomorrow. It is Sunday, so I don't know if I have any plans or anything that I'm not going to be able to, but if so, we'll try to do something fun. I'm gonna try to find something that, you know, I can link up and, you know, play a little game, or, you know, just do something, or maybe even like a review. Maybe I'll do like an unboxing, just something. But anyway, if you like the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. It'll really help me out, and I really appreciate it if you do. Anyways, that's it. Thank you. Bye, guys.